Twin Oaks Water Garden opened for the NGS charity on Saturday, whatever it was, the 18th of April 2026. Starting with a clip that June shot, just the one video clip we have. You see the lovely stream, or one of the streams, and then the photos I took, starting with that sign. The original garden when we moved in. The bed on the right was the first edition, long gone, and the rope on the left is marking out the first pond, which was half the size of the current pond. Twin oaks are in the... Then I continued taking photos, starting with those two oak trees. And there they are, a bit bigger since he did that sign when the garden was started. Yes, and now the few photos I took, and this of course was the best part of 4 years after our first visit, the photos of which come later. So there's June prowling around looking at the garden. Yes, a lot of the features were there when we visited the first time, and absolutely lovely. Of course in July everything had grown that much more, but these photos were in April, and that was the front of the house. That's our journey. So when we got home I took a look on the tracker. Anybody could have seen where we were, and then zooming into the actual place, and there we go, Twin Oaks NGS Water Garden, and then looking down on the garden and the house. And yeah, so back in our lounge, and there's what was on the NGS site, Twin Oaks Water Garden, and of course the name of the visitors, which I didn't photograph there, which was Syd and Sue Hutchinson. 30th of July 2022, Twin Oaks and then the Grange. So first several pictures to give you a flavour of the visit. This was best part of 4 years ago. So there's Twin Oaks, the front entrance to the house. And yes, June's decided to buy some plants for sale. It's all going to charity, of course. And just a few photos give you a flavour of the lovely garden with lots of features and decoration. And of course we did have a snack at the end. And there's the little pussycat we saw, just like our Gingy was. And then after that, on the way back, we went into the Grange. Very much larger, grander place with lots of history and everything, but in the end, in terms of looking for a lovely garden, that was definitely Twin Oaks. It looks as though we're on our way back home. Yes, and not sure. No, where's that? Oh, those the photographs going in. Yes. I was getting confused between the summary photos and the long photo trail itself, if you call it long. Yes, so lots of plants were in full bloom then, realising it was July, the end of July. And there's the little birdies in the aviary. And I was pointing out something I'd seen, caught my eye, which was the workshop. A proper workshop with machines and vices. And that's where there were the cakes and coffees and things, refreshments. Yeah, absolutely lovely garden. And yes, recognise that, looks like a gunra manticata. Looks like a vegetables, log wood pile. You just about see me. I remember that feature, which was like a doorway, but the mirror was very confusing. You thought you could open it and go into another bit of the garden, but of course it was just a mirror. Lovely bits of sculpture. And a greenhouse. June always is attracted by greenhouses. Yes, Buckingham Palace. That certainly was quite memorable. Gives ideas for our Bug Palace as well. And there's some plants made out of nails that June noticed. Lovely bit of artwork. Ferns. Yeah, quite large ones, those. Tree ferns, I think. Time for our snack. Cake and coffee and Pepsi Cola by the look of it. And relaxation after all that hard walking around that garden. Yes, no lack of features, you keep finding them, like little fairies and gnomes and places for them to live. Yes, lots of fairies there. Hello, fairy. Yeah, that was good. And what else do we have? Well, relaxation, I think. Yes, so it looks as though we're leaving now. Yes, with the pussycat, just like Gingy. And right, so we're on our way now to the next place. Went past some nice spots and grand spots, and sooner or later we'll recognise the building that we were visiting. And yes, there was whatever that bit of river is, off the top of my head, not sure I'd remember. It might be the way, or I don't know, you can look it up on a map. Yes, information there. Wildlife. Alresford, yes, because it was just near there. And yes, swans, geese and ducks. And yes, of course, there are lovely footpaths along these bits of waterway as well. Now, I recognise that, having from the early 80s, I think, done aerial photos and aerial videos through there, actually through the arches and things, going back a long time, that is. Yeah, so there's the place, the Grange, Greek Revival architecture. Yeah, certainly brought back memories, that. And yeah, so there's, yes, lots of geese in the field, because the garden used to be kept, but it's all down to charitable time, and that looks like our journey down and back again. Anybody could see where we were with the public trackers. That was the Spot T2, which is the Satcom tracker, and that showed where the car was parked, because that was left with the car rather than walking around with it. And yeah, there's Twin Oaks, and that's the end of the photo trail. Yes, there's our lounge, and it only remains to say, yes, that's where we are. To wrap up this video, we go out into our garden. Lots of work needed doing, and just enough time to say, look after yourselves, stay safe, and enjoy what days we have.